time, what a time. What a time for a black man to be alive. Living in the struggle while trying to keep our composure. Killing each other while trying to look for that exposure. We all just want to make it, we should do it as a team. Build each other up and they can't even say a thing. Me and all my brothers just stuck together like glue. It's us against the world and you know what we finna do. Woo! Pop a bottle, we in here for celebration. We just wanna be the leaders that's pushing the generation. Take a seat and find your zone for the topic of conversation. Find a way for a positive revelation. Now this really ain't the time to be thinking about yourself, cause we just a bunch of hustlers that's trying to give out some help. We turn the cubs and the lions inside of the den. Come and join the brotherhood if you really just wanna win. Ay.
This your boy Daniel Lyons Evans, and you are live inside the den, and episode 2 starts now. As always, this is a live, unrehearsed, unscripted show, and we just vibing out inside the den. This is the after Thanksgiving, after Black Friday show. So all of you all, hope y'all had a good holiday, hope y'all had a good happy Thanksgiving and everything. And I hope y'all had some good times out there in the streets getting run over for these Black Friday specials that they got going on. I'm more of a Cyber Monday type person myself, but hey, to each his own. But we had a couple of interesting things that happened over the last couple of days. I mean, the last time I went live was actually, I think it was the day before Thanksgiving, and ended up talking about the two situations that we had going on. And I'm not going to go into great detail because I don't want to be repeating myself, but I do want to just make this one point very clear, dealing with the Kylie Rittenhand, Rosenbacher. What's his last name? Is Rittenhand or Rittenhand? With the situation, I understand that the families of those men who were shot by Rittenhand, they should be grieving right now because they didn't get any justice. Not only they didn't get any justice, you know, it's one of those things. You lose a loved one, and you expect to be able to put the law in the hands of the judicial system. And we've been taught since I was a kid that trust the system. The system will work. The judicial system works. Don't take matters into your own hands. You call the police, the popos, 5-0, whoever you want to call them, and they will come out and they will help you get justice. All right. So I said to my uncle Charles was on the video with me last couple of days ago, and what I asked my uncle was, I said, you know, I feel what the families are feeling, but that's just a small portion of what the Black Lives Matter movement is all about, and what the black communities have been feeling for years, when not just one death but multiple deaths had took place by wrongful death, by the police, by other people, and haven't been able to get any justice. And my Uncle Charles made mention that whenever when the pandemic first started, it was a lot of African Americans that was dying from this virus, and it almost seemed like, or it almost appeared like, it was not an emergency. It wasn't in a rush to do anything until some of the high class or the privileged Caucasian community started getting sick. Then all of a sudden here come the mask mandates and all the rules and regulations. So sometimes it takes something of enough caliber of a certain people to be affected before they start doing something to change the scenario or change the narrative. And so with that being said, if it's going to take the families or the lives of the 3 men that was killed by the hand of Rittenhand, if it's going to take those people to lose their life without getting any justice, for them to make some type of movement to fix the problem for everybody else, then sometimes you got to you got to let the let the cards fall where they may. So with that being said, we just hope and pray that they're working on changing some gun laws, changing some things for the better, since it was quote unquote one of their own being affected by it. So that was my thought process the other day. I'm not going to, like I say, ride the dead horse, but we're going to move on. If you had Thanksgiving, man, look, the turkey, the dressing, and all that is good. I chose to do a non-traditional in my house with the seafood and things like that. But Thanksgiving is one of those things where we take time to give thanks to God for what He's done for us in our life, things like that. It was a situation happened on Thanksgiving where I think it was in Raleigh where some people were shot on Thanksgiving Day. And it's sad that we're still living in this time where we have to, on a day that is designed to give thanks, we still have to deal with a death or a tragedy happening. It's just one of those things. Me, myself personally, I like to stay home, watch me some football. I did watch 3 games on Thanksgiving. Long day watching football. My team didn't win, but it's all good. We are coming up with a game plan to finish the season strong. But, I know that everybody like to hate Cowboys on Thanksgiving because that's been a tradition for years that you watch the Cowboys either play the Detroit Lions, the Redskins, the Titans, or who else they don't play? Or the Eagles or something like that on Thanksgiving, and you eat your food and watch Cowboys football. So yeah, I enjoyed watching the game even though we didn't win. But that's just one of the things that goes with the NFL. So we got some. We play the Saints next weekend. I mean, not next weekend, but next Thursday we play the Saints. So all you Saints fans, y'all go and get y'all trash bags and everything, getting ready to go over your head because the Cowboys is coming. The Cowboys is coming. So get your trash bags. I think ever since, so Drew Brees retired last year, and then they got the quarterback they got now. Don't know the young man's name, but he ain't putting up no numbers. The other quarterback is hurt, and they got the one now. So it looks like they're gonna be scrapping for a season here just to make it out of the regular season because they won't be able to make it to the playoffs. But that's just my opinion. I'm not a football expert. I just know what I know. But here inside the Den, we're working on a lot of good things here, getting ready for yet another holiday, Christmas. I got these young guys working hard in the background, behind the scenes, to make season 2, better than season 1. We always want to upgrade and get better each year. I said to myself that, when I first started this, I wanted to see how far we can go with it, and then I made the decision to shut down season 1 after 17 episodes, and I say I want to come back strong with season 2, and I want to do 24 episodes. So we're working out some things, getting it ready. I don't know if you all was able to go to the YouTube channel last week and see the first episode that I did with J-Lock, but I wanted to just take this time and shout out to one of my video guys here, Antonio. I got Caleb here. I have Mr. J the One. I posted his video on my page along with the intro video to the show. That song has been played constantly in my car at my house for the last 2 weeks, man. The words to that song really, really, really resonates with my spirit. It resonates what we got going on right now inside the den. Turning cubs into lions inside the den. I got a bunch of lion cubs here that we working with, getting them to the next level so we can work on their roar. like a little young Simba working on this roar. And then once we get these guys to the next level, they're going to be able to roar like a lion. And I'm super duper proud of everyone that's working on the team in the background to make this show better than what it was last year. Upgraded all my equipment. We at the same place, but you know, it's a little bit better in terms of putting everything together. I'm working on a bunch of deals this year. I mean, the thing for 2022 is partnership. I'm working on a lot of partnerships. You all know the partnership I got with J-Lock for the Alpha beard products. I got my own fragrance of beard products coming out. Gonna be the Lion's Pride scent. We have our own line of fedora hats. This is my signature fedora. Y'all been featured on a lot of different videos, custom on the inside. For y'all who don't know, this is a custom fedora with my personal logo on the inside, and I'm gonna be doing some other things with hats. And then I don't know if y'all remember, me and Caleb is in partnership right now to start a gaming cafe. He's going to be on the show this season talking about, you know, get into more detail of what we got going on. But we want to bring an avenue to some of the community, you know, to kind of help solve a problem that might occur with the teenagers not having an outlet. You know, they're not old enough to go to a club. You know what I'm saying? They might need a break from their parents because they go to school all week. Some of them are still doing homeschool, and the homeschool, it gets kind of redundant every day going to homeschool inside the living room or whatever. So we want to give the kids an outlet to maybe get out and get away from their norm with the gaming cafe. We're going to have one side with PC gaming. Other side is going to be with the console gaming. And then we're going to have a VR, virtual reality side where they can actually go and experience that. We're going to have it set up for schools can do their esports tournaments, practice and everything, and they're going to be able to do lock-ins at the place. So we're doing some things. And the reason why I chose this year to be the year of the partnership is because I realized that I can't do it all by myself. I realized that that it takes, you know, it takes a village to raise a child, and so to speak. When you're doing projects, you have to put the best people in place to get the best results. I am not a technician guru, but I have my tech guys here. They are experts. I let them do their thing. I let them shine. One of my guys is a photographer / rapper. I let him do his thing. So I know the importance of having these guys to grow and helping them get to do what they need to do to better themselves. We all growing as a team to get to the next level. So I really appreciate these guys for taking out time and doing what they're doing to help get things to the next level. But yeah, we got some great things coming up this season on Inside the Den. We are doing, I just donated to a coat drive here recently to help out with people who are less fortunate for a winter coat. Doing that. Oh man, so just some highlights. I'm gonna have some real good guests on the show this season. But y'all, you know, I'm a man of purpose, man of thought. I think about things in my day to day. And some of y'all know what I do for a living. Some of y'all don't know. But you know, I really try to stay part of the community. This holiday season, man, it's important that we give each other our flowers while we yet living. Tell each other how much you love them. Spend as much time with your family as you can, because we don't know when our time is up. I think I was listening to, who was I listening to the other day? I can't remember. It'll come to me later on. But the guy was like, act like this is your last day. Dealing with your people, act like this your last day. Don't let the sun go down without you letting your people know, how much you care about it. Because, like I say, this holiday season is going to be a little bit different because we don't have the big mama that was there last holiday. A lot of the aunts and uncles, and even some of our kids, our cousins, they didn't make it. And it's a sad reality, but oh yeah, I know I got to talk about. Just give me a few minutes to get done with this. But this holiday season, get with your people, spend time with them, because, which is the perfect reason for the next thing I'm going to talk about. Did y'all know that they have a new strand of corona coming out? Okay. And when I say coming out, that means that it's coming out. But it's not something in the U.S. It's an African strand. South African strand. I've said this last season, and I don't know if I got bugged or shut down, but when I started talking about this, my feed started messing up when I started talking about this. But protect yourselves, because they have a South African strand of coronavirus coming out. And so if you have been vaccinated already, it's not going to matter, because that vaccine you got ain't going to do nothing to this African strain. You already know things from Africa are raw and rough. You know what I'm saying? They lions walk down the street in Africa like they dogs. You know what I'm saying? It's some things in Africa that you come into contact with. You can't come back to the United States of America. You got to stay where you at, because you can't bring that stuff over here. But keep paying attention to what's going on, because this African strain is coming through. Look, this African strain is probably going to be about 10 times more devastating than the regular one that done been 19. So look for COVID-20 coming soon, 2022. I'm telling you, y'all better pay attention. So if you got vaccinated, guess what? You got to go back in for another round of shots. You can call it booster, hooster. Get off your keister and get off your heister and come down to keister. You gonna be getting another. My man over there sleep, ain't it? Hey, is he over there sleep? Hey. It's gonna be another strand coming out. Who is it? Come on in. Somebody knocking on the door. But look, this new African strand. Let me ask y'all, have y'all seen Africans run? Have you seen Usain Bolt? Have you seen the fastest man in the world run? Where he from? Jamaica?
Yeah.
And he's from Jamaica?
I'm not sure.
Usain Bolt? He African, ain't he? I don't know. But have you seen an African run? You can't outrun an African. This virus coming over here, you ain't better outrun this virus.
Yeah.
This virus is going to be like Ebola. It's going to be coming over here strong. So I just suggest, whatever God you believe in, whichever one you serving, pray to him, because when this new virus come out, it's gonna be that type of party. Okay, I can't hardly see because the lights is blinding me. I can't hardly see. What? Yeah. Anyway, but with that being said, you gotta protect yourself. You gotta protect your neck. You gotta protect your neck. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to mess with. Yeah, we just vibing here, but yeah, those are some of the things that that has been transpiring. And I'm watching the news, and I'm watching it, and it just seems like it's something else coming in the works. So anytime they show you the hand, you got to look at the other hand to see what's going on behind the scenes, because it's something definitely going on, and they're working on some stuff. So, hey, so get through the holiday season, take care of your people, love on your people, because we don't know, we don't know when it's gonna be your last day, and unfortunately, it's some things that that I guess I would say I'm not privileged to talk about without it being a problem, but you already know what time it is when they start, dealing with South African diseases and things like that. So, yeah. What else is going on in the economy right now?
What isn't?
Huh?
What isn't going on?
Man, there's so much going on right now, man. And when people say they got a lot going on, I can feel it, that they got a lot going on, because there's a lot going on in the world. There's a lot going on in the economy. They talking about threatening another shutdown, government shutdown again. And they always shut down around tax season. Have everybody all uptight about their tax checks and all that kind of stuff. So, having you do your holiday season.
I do mine in January.
Huh?
That's why I do mine in January.
Well, I mean, then they said something about food. They got a food shortage going on. You heard about the food shortage? The food shortage is happening, and man, they rationing people on food right now. You can't buy all the food up because they want to throw a panic for everybody to be like buying all the.
Did you hear what Kevin Hart was talking about when he said, not Kevin Hart, Cat Williams? He said how they have a chicken wing shortage, but no shortage of chicken.
I mean, that's kind of one of the things. They had a chicken wing shortage with the chickens are not short. But I will tell you one thing: people keep telling me that I look like Rick Ross. I need some of Rick Ross money. Rick Ross opened up a wing. He was gonna open up a wing stop, and they had a shortage of wings, so he opened up a thigh stop. Man, forget that. Open up a thigh stop.
Talk about
they ain't got no shortage of chickens. They might have a shortage of wings, but how many wingless chickens do you know walking around here? Have you seen walking around here lately? Ain't no wingless chickens walking around here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So where is the chicken shortage? I'll start eating ostrich meat if it was a chicken shortage around here. You hear me? Ostrich meat is just as good as chickens. It's a little bit tough, but it's good. But here come the food shortage. So if you and I gotta say this, I love y'all my family. If you're getting these real good food stamps, stock your doggone freezers up. Stock your freezers up, because they come out of food shortage. You might not be able to get, and this is crazy because it all goes back to what I was saying. You might not be able to properly buy groceries unless you've been vaccinated. Unless you've been, if it's a food shortage, you might be limited to just one per family. And you got to send your kids in there with their own card, and you get 3 per family, because everybody go in as their own individual, individual person. Mm-hmm. So we have to be mindful of whenever things start changing on us. We have to change with the times and with the economy. So stock your freezers up, save your money, love on your people. Stay in relationship with God, because this whole world is changing, man. We now have to, and I talked to my uncle the other day about what is the protocol now for calling the police or for getting justice. Because it used to be somebody wrong you call 911 and the police will come out and do a report, and they may even have to arrest somebody, but then that person they arrest go to court and they get their justice in court. That used to be the old protocol of to get justice. But what's going to happen now when that protocol has changed? Because we can't call the police because the police might end up killing you.
Mm-hmm.
You take matters in your own hands, and somebody try to conduct a citizen's arrest and kill you, and they get away with it, and they go to trial, only to find out that your life doesn't matter at all.
Mm.
Your life doesn't matter as much as we think it do to certain people. But you know, we have Black Lives Matter. But let me give you one better. Now I'm finna go down another road with y'all. Black Lives Matter, not because of the struggle, but because of the financial gain. Come on now. Because of the financial gain that some people are able to get off of the black market organ sales. Now let's see if my video gonna be shut down when I say it off in the say. If you don't have an insurance on yourself and you get killed in the streets, nobody has claim on your body. Your body organs can be sold on the black market and you won't get a dime from it. Your mama is crying. My baby ain't never hurt nobody, but he still got smoked at Bebe's party. And she can't bury him. She don't have insurance, but because Black Lives Matter, we're gonna take this organ and we're gonna put it in somebody who's a billionaire halfway across the world to keep him alive so he can sign this contract to keep some other people fed. Meanwhile, this boy, his mama go to view the body. It's his corpse. But before he got to the funeral home, they done stripped him of all his vital organs. You can get about 1.5 million for a whole set of organs, heart, lung, liver, all that kind of stuff. Why do Black Lives Matter? So which was supposed to that matter because it's killing a race of people that feel like we're superior, or do they matter because our organs are worth more dead than alive? Not for me to decide, it's for you to judge. You have your own mind. You see every day in the world. You see your everyday, day-to-day life. You see people getting killed, hit and runs. People don't find out who killed. This is a question I got, and this might be off the topic a little bit, but you can commit a crime without nobody knowing about it, and you can get caught within 24 hours of that crime. But they still haven't found out who killed Biggie and Tupac yet. I don't understand. I don't get it. What's going on? I mean, it's been, 20 years? How long has it been since they? 20?
What, since 93?
They ain't found out who killed Biggie and Tupac yet, man.
When did that, 97? Yeah.
They ain't found out who killed Biggie and Tupac, man.
95, 97, something like that.
And then another coincidence is how they just recently, the men that was arrested for killing Malcolm X was recently acquitted, right? And then the next week, his daughter ended up dying, or his daughter was killed. Too many coincidences for me, man. I don't know, but there's a bunch of unsolved crimes from years past that have not been. Nobody knows the truth, but then a lot of petty stuff you can get caught. They had a doggone I forgot where it was, but they said it was 15 people dressed in all black masks and everything went to a mall and robbed 45 seconds, robbed the whole mall of all of the Prada bags and all of the fashionable bags and all that kind of stuff. 45 seconds flat, in and out. 15 people. 15 just went through that boom, in and out.
That's an inside job.
I don't know. But my thing is, because we are now more accustomed to wearing masks now, it's hard to get proper ID on people now who did what, because everybody got their face covered up with a mask.
And you can't see the smile. You got to judge people by their eyes.
I said that last week when you used to be able to see people coming towards you. You can say, "Oh, this joker like he got an attitude. He all frowned up in the mouth and everything," and you can decide if you want to deal with that person. But now you can't know. You don't know if they're smiling in front because they got a mask on. Now you got to read their eyes and hope they ain't got a lazy eye. Hope they ain't got a twitch in their eye. You like what you saying? I hope their eyebrows ain't drawn on their face like, "Huh? I beg pardon." Say what? I said again. You never know now. You have to judge people differently. And their voice and fluctuation is different now because they muffled with the mask. You trying to order your food? Can you speak up? I done said 3 times. Take your mask off and talk to me, and then put it back on because I don't understand nothing you're saying. So we have to now. So we living a little bit different now because of the way things are changing. And I said this before that it used to be a black thing and a white thing. Now it's turned into a vaccine and unvaccinated thing. Unvaccinated and vaccinated thing. So if you're not this, if you ain't vaccinated, you can't do this and all that kind of stuff. Man, look, like I say, you have your own mind to judge how you see fit to judge. Let me see, read some of those comments on that thing and see what they comment on there. You have an opportunity to judge for yourself to see how you feel.
You just say everybody watching.
Okay, well that's good. To judge for yourself to see, how you feel about the situation. But we are living in some trying times, and some people say it's gonna get better before it gets worse. Who knows? But with this African doggone Ebola coming through here, I better put y'all running shoes on because it's coming, and you ain't gonna be able to escape it. But this is another thing I heard that when a lot of people that was dying in the hospital from coronavirus, they was on the respirators. People told me that they lungs would get so dry and they would start to I guess they would get hard, is why a lot of people was dying on the respirators. That's something that you won't know until they actually cut you open and conduct the autopsy. But a lot of people was dying because their lungs was getting dry on the respirators. A lot of people I know that had it. My mother had it. My brother's whole family had it. I have a couple of buddies that had it, and they was at home. They wasn't on a respirator. They was at home fighting it, and they survived. But why is it when you go to the hospital, where it's supposed to be more medical, more people able to help you, you know what I'm saying, you coming out, you're not making it out of there. You know what I mean? So I guess that's just, one of the things that I guess we'll never know until everything is all over with. But shoot, man, that is scary to know that you might have a Dr. Kevorkian around this insisting on taking people out of here because, the way it's set up, and you really can't trace or track down, what was the cause of death other than flu-like symptoms or corona-like symptoms. All the symptoms are corona-like. And now with the corona, it's illegal now to have a common cold. I was talking to somebody last week that started coughing. "Hey man, are you all right?" "Yeah, I'm just coughing." Matter of fact, I choked on my own spit and started coughing. Well, you already know since the corona, you can't cough no more.
Yeah.
You go to sniffing and sneezing and everything, and you gotta show your vaccine card. You know what I mean? Like before corona, we can get sick twice a year. You're allowed to get sick in the summertime. You're allowed to get sick in the winter. Now you got this corona, you can't even get sick no more.
At all.
You got to have all your shots and vitamins. You can't be sick at all, pimpin'. Because if you get sick, you got to get vaccinated now. I was standing in a place, and I don't know why it happened to me, but I can be in a place perfectly fine, no mask, and all of a sudden, throat start getting itchy, and I start sneezing, and all of a sudden I got the... It's crazy. It's almost like you brought the doggone germs to the place, like for real. Like I was fine at home. Now I'm down here. I'm start sneezing and stuff. It's crazy. But yeah, we can't get sick no more, bruh. Can't get sick.
Cause you have a common cold.
Common cold is corona cold now. Corona. And I didn't start saying it on the commercials now. You start listening to these commercials, Lysol commercials, helps helps protect you against the coronavirus.
Man, I told somebody I drink Corona beer, man. They looked at
When
I said something about Corona, man. They said beer.
Hey, I know that Hispanics will be glad when COVID is over, because when I first heard about the coronavirus, I thought it was a Mexican disease. I thought that the coronavirus came from drinking Corona beers. I'm good. I don't drink beer, and I definitely don't drink Coronas, so I'm good. But it's not. I know that I don't know if the beer sales for Corona went up or down. They're probably down right now.
Well, no, they up.
Did it went up?
Oh man,
The sale of Corona beer?
that's crazy. That's the crazy
I made
part.
a joke and said every time a person gets vaccinated, a Corona gets his line. Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
Look, I was gonna do a comedy set for Juneteenth. I didn't get a chance to do my comedy set, so I'm just gonna try these jokes out on the show. You know, when people get the coronavirus vaccine, it's almost like they lose a couple of brain cells. I was on the highway racing. Well, I wasn't racing, but I was on the highway, and people are now getting impatient to get road rage. If you going the speed limit, why are people behind you blowing their horns like you hold them up for going the speed limit?
Going nowhere fast.
Going up, must have got that shot. Must have got that vaccine, because now you acting real brand new with that vaccine. You know you were acting like this yesterday. Now all of a sudden you get a vaccine, you feel like you're better than somebody else. You still driving that same Toyota Corolla with that vaccine. Don't talk to me like that. Just because I ain't got one. But people are I don't know, man. People got a lot going on, man. And I'm gonna say it again, man. Protect yourself, man. If you're not vaccinated, protect yourself. Make sure you practicing safe practices, because it ain't nothing like not knowing if you're going to die or not. I can remember being in the military. There was a couple of different instances where I was going through something and didn't know if I was going to die or not. Hurricane Katrina happened. Didn't know if you was going to make it out of that alive. Didn't know that. I remember the first time I had a kidney stone. I was in Oklahoma, working in the oil field. They said I was extremely dehydrated. I had a kidney stone. It hurt me so bad. The only reason why I went to the hospital is because I thought that I wasn't going to survive the night. I said I'll be the first dude in history that sat up here and died because I didn't go get checked out. Found out I had a kidney stone. That was the worst pain I ever had in my life. I did not know mentally if I was going to make it or not. And after talking to one of my buddies who had the virus, explained to me that did not know if he was going to survive the coronavirus. You know what kind of thoughts that'll go through your head if you feel like this is it? This is it.
Yeah.
And we're talking about the lungs. A friend of mine had somebody recently die, and she was saying that before he passed, he kept telling her, I can't breathe. And while she was telling me, looking at this man's face, his eyes was full of tears. He can't breathe because he was literally drowning in his own body. He was drowning on his own fluids. And I was sitting there listening to her, and I had a flash of what it will feel like to be dying, can't breathe, because your lungs are failing, or your lungs are turning against you because you hooked to a respirator or whatever it is, and your lungs are shutting down. Like, goes from being moist to just dry, and after they get hard, you can't breathe out your own lungs. Like, how would that feel if you had to wait to die and the nurses wasn't able to help you because they don't know what's going on internally other than the fact that you can't breathe? Like, that right there will bring a panic on somebody who doesn't, who really doesn't know like what to do. And you in the hospital, you can cough up phlegm, but when your lungs are not working properly, you can't breathe, and that's got to be a cold way to die. That's got to be a cold way to die. So, I would just say once again, protect yourself. If you feel like you need to get vaccinated, then do what you got to do. If you don't feel like getting vaccinated, then stay away from people and protect yourself, because once you get some things on you, man, I don't know, it don't look like, they not helping you out at the hospital. I don't know. I haven't heard a whole lot of stories of people going to the hospital and coming out. I haven't heard a whole lot of them stories. I'm hearing more of people going in and not coming out. But most people I'm hearing that survive were surviving at home. So yeah, we got with all that going on, and then with the we're still dealing with the black on black crimes. With the recent rapper that just got killed, a week ago, 2 weeks ago, whatever. When is it gonna stop? We fighting against coronavirus. We fighting against ourselves. We fighting against,
This is World War III, brother.
Hey man.
It's a mental war.
And that mental war is more devastating than the physical war, because if your mind is defeated, you ain't got a shot. If your mind is defeated, don't even give you a gun and pull the trigger, because you gonna put it on yourself. That's it on that.
Yeah.
So whether it's World War III or whatever it is, this. And I believe that some of these diseases and some of these things that's here, I believe that they was made for a chemical war, chemical warfare. Instead of shooting a bunch of bullets, you can shoot this disease and get them all sick at the same time, versus going and
the game is chess.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so if you're a conspiracy theorist, you'll understand that some of these things, it almost like here come the BS now. We know that when they show you their hand, and you see you got a full house.
By the time they show you their hand, you done got slept with it.
It's one of those things, man. So we have to be mindful that that the mental warfare is just as deadly as the physical war, because if they can convince your mind that this disease equals death, then you'll be in fear of your life. You'll be in fear of anything good happening, and what a mind thinks, the body follows. What a mind thinks, the body follows.
The mind is the conductor, the driver.
The mind controls the body. So if your mind says that this is what it is, your body will start to develop symptoms of this is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I've experienced that on many different occasions where I thought something, and because I thought it, my whole body reacted to it.
You are what you think about.
You know what I mean? They say you are what you eat, but you are what you think.
Yeah.
So a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. That's in the Bible. So whatever you think about in your mind, it becomes your reality. It's a reason why it's so important. And I understand the purpose of Facebook. I understand the purpose of Instagram. I understand the purpose of all these social media platforms. I understand, motivating yourself and pumping yourself up. it's almost getting to the point now. It's almost necessary to pump yourself up, because you have to fight against the mental depression that's going around. That's the real pandemic.
It's spreading like a cancer.
That's the real pandemic, not the disease, but the depression that's going across the land.
That's why it was the isolation.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because the problem is this: if you're not listening to motivating things all day, you stand a chance of falling victim to what everybody is going through. So I made a post a couple of weeks ago. I don't remember exactly what it was. I would have to go to my Facebook to see it. But I said, loving yourself is not considered conceited or narcissistic. That means that you have pride in who you are. You are, you love yourself, self-worth. You have to give yourself something, because the whole world is against you.
Yeah.
So if posting, and I'm like saying, I was on the wrong side of the fence for a long time, and I still am very limited to what kind of stuff I do post. But if you ain't posting something that's giving yourself some love, man, you ain't gonna get it from nowhere else. If you don't have that core people in your life that you go to get strength from, you ain't getting no strength, because the whole world is against you.
Yeah.
Everybody wants you to be on some kind of drug. You know what I'm saying? They done legalize weed in certain states, but the only way they're gonna legalize it in all states is if everybody start acting like they need the weed.
Yeah. Like cigarettes.
Yeah. I discovered that cigarettes is up to $7 a pack now. How can you afford to smoke cigarettes with the gas prices is $4 a gallon and cigarette prices is $7 a doggone pack?
I don't get it.
I don't get it, but this is the thing. Eventually, if everybody needs a drug, they got to legalize it. Because nobody can cope. People are developing these anxieties that they have to have some type of drug to cope with life, and weed is the one that they choose to go to. Self-medicated. You know what I'm saying? Medicinal. Is this medicinal weed? They got Arkansas is a medicinal weed state. You can't even buy weed in Arkansas without a medical card. The drug dealers got scanners now scanning your cards to make sure you can buy this weed, because if they get caught up, they going to jail. They ain't playing with you. Even the little gas station weed, it's a non-smoke. They got dry states where they don't serve alcohol. Arkansas is a medicinal, right? Medicinal state. Got to have a medical card.
Medicinal.
Medicinal. What I say?
Medicinal.
Medicinal? Medicinal?
Yeah.
Which one is it?
Medicinal.
Medicinal. See, I can't even hardly talk. I'm just a country boy from Mississippi, man. What do I know? I don't know nothing. I can't hardly talk. But eventually, if everybody has anxiety, everybody has depression, they're just going to go ahead and say, you know what? Everybody get to smoke weed. Maybe it'll calm some of these people down from committing these crimes. People are snapping. They losing their freaking mind and snapping and going off because they tired of being boxed in. They're being boxed in for 18 months, 24 months being boxed in. People are so sensitive now. You got to be so politically correct. You can't joke no more. You know what I mean? You got everybody just so people getting sued right now for joking. I mean, it's Dave Chappelle is being counseled for telling jokes.
And he don't even care.
How can you counsel somebody who turned down $50 million? This man is a comedian telling jokes, and he has a whole community of people wanting to boycott his work and counsel him over some jokes. Trying to take his amendment right. Which one is the second? Which one is it? Which amendment is it? The freedom of speech? First Amendment? Look, I ain't no history buff. But he has freedom of speech.
Speech first, gun second.
Huh?
Speech first, gun second.
Speech first, gun second. So is it ironic that
We done first.
you can get away with shooting 3 people with a gun and don't go to jail, but if you talk about the alphabet community, your career can be over with?
You might get canceled now.
If I get canceled, look, I ain't getting paid to do this. This is all free. But we are living in a crazy time, man. You just hear what I said? You can shoot 3 people and get away with it, but if you talk about an alphabet community, you get canceled and your career is over.
Everybody gonna blackball you. That's crazy.
I don't know, man. This is hard. You know what I mean? It's hard being a father in this society. What we looking like? It's hard being a father in this society.
Pick one.
It's very difficult to think that we have. This has to become our new normal. This has to become our new normal, or we become rebels. We become, we become troublemakers. Think about when the civil rights movement first started, because they wasn't comfortable with making that their normal. They was thrown in jail, they was beat, they had the dogs sicked on them, peaceful protesting, you know what I'm saying, they had the people on the bus, the sit-ins, all these different movements that happened, and because they didn't accept this as their new normal, they wanted to change, so they had to make change. And we are at the pinnacle of the next act in American society, and if we choose to make this our new normal, I don't see us surviving another. I don't see the world surviving another 100 years.
Kanye said this is our last 100 years.
This is probably going to be our last 100 years. But how we choose to live this last 100 years is going to be.
That's the impact.
That's going to be the thing that's going to really, like, when the story has been written and this is all over with, are we the people that affected change, or are we the people that just went? I don't, and this can get too deep. I ain't got but 8 minutes left. This can get too deep. But I want to save some of this for another show. I want to save some of this for my other guests to come on and touch on it, because I really want to know what people's ideal and what their mind is on the next 100 years. So y'all make some comments. What do you see the world in the next 100 years? What do you see us as a society in the next 100 years? We can open this back up later on down the road and talk about it. But I just want to know what y'all thoughts are, because I just feel like it's going to go back to, we're going to go get into a place of simplicity where if you don't have a garden in your yard, you can't eat. If you ain't got a pond, you can't eat. If you ain't got no livestock, you can't eat. With this whole pandemic and the vaccines, I'm more worried about trying to be chipped. I'm more worried about looking out for the mark of the beast, all this kind of stuff, because I believe that this is the start of all that. And if you don't have self-preservation, if you're not learning how to cultivate, all this technology gonna go away, and it's gonna probably set us back 100 years when all this stuff shuts down, or if this stuff just has a bug or something, it just craps out. We're gonna have to go back to the old way of doing things if you're around long enough to see the change. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like we're gonna have to go back to that. So For what it's worth, like I said before, make sure your stuff is full of food when they start shutting down the food shortage. If you see any wingless chickens running around here, make sure you grab your 2 legs and a thigh from Side Stop with your boy Rick Ross in his chicken chain. He might have had something. I do know that his entrepreneurship is off the scale because he didn't let the wing shortage stop him. And I probably would have done the same thing. I would have got whatever chicken part is available. That's what we're gonna open it up as. Mm-hmm. If it's a gizzard stop, liver stop, thigh stop, whatever it is, don't let the situation change your circumstances. You have the power to push past all that. You got the power to speak life and death with your tongue. You have the power to change your narrative and change your legacy just by doing what you do to take care of your family and everything. So that's really all I got today. Don't want to bore you all. I had some people on here, now they off, but it's all good, baby. Inside the Den airs live on Saturdays at 4 p.m. If you missed the live show, you can catch the reboot on YouTube in about 4 hours from now. It'll be available tonight on my YouTube channel, Inside the Den. Now, there's 2 Inside the Dens. One is for the Detroit Lions. You know, I don't play for the Detroit Lions, so that wouldn't be my page. So when you see the right one, like and subscribe Inside the Den for me. If you are on Facebook, you will probably watch me right now on Daniel Lyons and Evans. That's my personal page. You'll probably watch me on Inside the Den on Facebook. Like and subscribe my page, my channel. And if you are a gamer, I will be on Twitch as well, Inside the Den. So everything is easy to find, Inside the Den. We're working on some big things this year. I'm going to be getting on Spotify and Anchor and all that kind of stuff so you can hear the audio version. But I definitely want to invite you all to get more connected with what we got going on Inside the Den. And I'll do my best to bring you some good shows and some good content. But I do want to hear from you all. So inbox me some topics, some thoughts about today's show, some ideas. I've run it past my team, and if everything checks out, we'll hear your topic on the show, and we'll give you a shout out. So that's all I got for today. This is your boy Daniel Lyons and Evans. Tune in next week, same time, same channel, Inside the Den, and you have a blessed evening.
Hey,
Stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything.
Yeah.
I'm a lion and ain't nothing but anything. We on fire and my brothers, they on fire too. And we'll fight for each other, that's what lions do.
Progression of the team is the purpose of our devotion. You can see that we've been working and really having some motion. None of it was given, you know that we had to hustle. And that's just how it is when you coming up out the struggle. They say it takes a village when you raising a child. And they all turn into your family after a while. We gotta feed into each other, show love to one another. Not a race, but I know we can all finish the mile. When we step up in the den, you letting go of your past. You the only person that can really hold yourself back. The pride and strength of a lion is truly unmatched. Everybody has it when you a part of the pack. Now this ain't the type of place that'll judge you for who you are. We just get you on your way to becoming a superstar. I told you once before and I can tell you again. Come and join the brotherhood if you really just trying to win. What's up?
Brothers need to stick together. As a team, we can make it wherever. Just tell me how you feel. Just tell me if it's real. Brothers need to stick together. As a team, we can make it wherever. Just tell me how you feel.
Tell me how you feel.
Just tell me if it's real.
Tell me how you feel. Inside of the den,
I introduce myself?